Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday and welcome to the Sports Gaming Advisors Thursday NBA edition, where we're going to break down what happened on a busy Wednesday night in the NBA and look ahead to what we like for the Thursday slate. First off, we had a lot of success in the league, so let's look back to what happened Wednesday. We had 5 pregame bets. We had 6, but one game was postponed. So we go 3-2. I'm telling you, we should have been 4-1. This Minnesota game, Minnesota was up 4 with 3 seconds to go. Dallas inbounds the ball. Kyrie runs down the floor as fast as possible to jack a three. That means nothing for the game. Nails it from like 35 feet out, and they lose the game by 1. So we lose our bet. Thanks a lot, Kyrie. Did nothing for your team and cost us the bet. So we lose that one. The Boston game wasn't any good. That was a close game throughout, and we'll get into that on the live picks. But the other games, very good. Houston was a great game, close one. We had plus 2.5. That number came down, but no matter what you had, it covered. Houston won the game by 1 point. Golden State covered plus 7.5, up huge early, held on to cover that number, lost by 6. And Utah was a no sweat bet, plus 17.5. All numbers cashed on that one. So 3-2 pregame. In the live, we did better. We went 5-1. We had Utah plus 10.5, doubled down there at the half, got the under on the Detroit game, got Charlotte plus 35.5. Tremendous. They lost by 14, I think, but it was, very a no sweat bet there in the second half. And we had Sacramento plus 13.5, down by a bunch at half. They came back, won the game by 6, like we said. So we got both sides of that one. My grievance on this one, under 225.5 in this Boston game. We are under that number by 19.5 at the end of regulation, and it goes to overtime. And it survived overtime until there was 30 seconds left in overtime. This was a great under, and it should have cashed. And I contend that overtime should not count. If you're under the number at the end of regulation, if your bet is winning, no matter what it is, at the end of regulation, it should cash. Overtime should not count for betting. I would like to take that to the bet whoever makes these decisions and get it changed, because that was a great bet that lost. But we did pick up the Clippers plus 9 at the half. We could figure out by halftime that the 9 was too many. So we checked out of that bet, got a winner with the Clippers plus 9. They end up losing the game in overtime. Overall in the day, 8-3. So a very good day in the NBA. Should have been 10-1. But we weren't. We were 8-3 due to the Minnesota game ending and the overtime on Boston. For the week, 5-6 pregame. We're coming back. We started the week 1-3. It was a bad start. We're climbing back into it. Should be 6-5 with that Minnesota game. So I'll lay off of that for now. 45.5% there. Live picks are crushing. 13-2 live. This is our best pace of the year in live picks for a week. 86.7%. Overall, 18-8, 69.2%. And we have put 9.2 net units on the board for the week so far. So that's really a good place to be after 3 days of the week, plus 9.2. We're going to keep on trying to push that forward as we go into Thursday night. So let's look at the Thursday night slate and see what we like there. Thursday starts early in France, San Antonio and the Pacers. And I think they've got the wrong team favored on this one. This one goes at 2 o'clock Eastern and 11 a.m. in Vegas. They've got Indiana minus 3.5 in France. I've got to think that Wembanyama is going to be ready for this one. The crowd is going to be pro Spurs, pro Wemby. I think the wrong team is favored. I'm taking the 3.5. I've never dealt with a France game in the NBA, so could be wrong here, but I'm taking what would be the home team, in my opinion, San Antonio Spurs plus 3.5. Next, into the evening, kind of normal game times, Portland is visiting Orlando. And Orlando, we got a 9.5 on this. We put it on our site last night as soon as it came out. It's down to 8.5. I'll take the 8.5 too. Orlando has not beaten a team by 10 points since November 29th. They're on a 4-game skid. I don't know how they're favored by this many against anybody. We're taking the points and the total. Same thing as we said the other day. Orlando has been under this number 12 out of 18 times, and 5 of the 6 were against Boston and Milwaukee. So, when they're playing not a juggernaut team that they can't control, they keep it low scoring. Portland's averaging 108 points a game, even though they go over this number a lot. It's not because they're scoring them, and they're last in the Western Conference in scoring. So under 212.5 is a bet. So we got two sides of this game. We're taking Portland with the points, and we're taking the under. Milwaukee at home, back home after not playing on the road. I believe they did probably travel, but they did not play. They've won 4 in a row, all at home, all by margin. And now they're taking on a Miami team that could very well be in disarray with Butler's back to suspended. They're going to deal him pretty quick, but they're on the road without him, and Milwaukee's just been trucking people at home. So we're going to lay the 6.5 here and take the Bucks at home. Oklahoma City, we're laying a big number here. We've seen what happens with Oklahoma City when they play a team that just beat them, which is the case here with Dallas. Dallas is shorthanded. They played a really good effort last night against Minnesota, and then Kyrie cost us the win with the meaningless 3. But in this spot here, Oklahoma City did not play well except for SGA. Everybody else did not really perform last night, and Utah got the cover. Different story here. Oklahoma City is going to kill the Dallas Mavericks, I feel like, and I would lay the 12.5. We got 12.5. I would lay the 13.5 as well, which is what it's moved to as we record. So Oklahoma City minus whatever it's going to cost you. Get it as soon as you can. 13.5 is fine. This should be a comfortable win for the Thunder. And we're going to go with Boston again. That number is 4.5 at the Lakers. They're staying in LA, obviously, just played the Clippers. They're going to go across town, play the Lakers. The Lakers should have their attention this time. They didn't really show last night, but this one is against the Lakers. I believe it's going to be in prime time. I believe that Boston will show and cover against this Lakers team, which we are not buyers on. So we've got San Antonio in France plus 3.5, Portland plus 8.5, and under 212.5. Milwaukee minus 6.5, Oklahoma City minus 13.5, and Boston minus 4.5. There's the Thursday picks for you. And get on our site, check out the live picks. Obviously, we are crushing it live. You need to get on there, subscribe at sportsgamingadvisors.com. Get those live picks. Subscribe here. Get your daily dose of the NBA. I'm going to have to start saying in 8 minutes or less because I'm getting more long-winded, but we'll give it to you quick. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow when we break down the Friday NBA slate and look back to what happened on Thursday night. Good luck on all your bets, and we'll talk tomorrow.